Hello and welcome to Impact Africa, where we celebrate and have conversations with diverse people, organizations, and businesses making a positive impact in lives and communities. In addition, Impact Africa celebrates events, places, and positive news. I am Dr. Kemi Akiode Adebayo, known as Mama K, and in today's program is a special one where we'll be looking back at Mandela Month. I know a lot of people don't know what that is, and a lot of people know what that is in South Africa, but it is an annual global day to celebrate the legacy and life of Tata Nelson Mandela. Basically a call to action to individuals, to communities, to businesses on his values and principles and what he stood for. And this is normally on the 18th of July every year. So yes, the whole month is used to celebrate an amazing legend. I want you to watch the first video, which is a short video on what Nelson Mandela is. Thank you for those who provided us the video. Enjoy.
Mandela Day takes place every year on the 18th of July and is named after the activist Nelson Mandela. The aim of Mandela Day is to encourage everyone to give a little bit of time to make a positive impact on the lives of others. The day focuses on 5 main areas: education and literacy, food and nutrition, shelter, sanitation, and active citizenship. Nelson Mandela lived in South Africa in the 1950s, when there was a lot of racial discrimination and division in the country, called apartheid. Nelson Mandela believed everybody should have the same rights, and he fought very hard against discrimination, but he was imprisoned for his beliefs for 27 years. He was released from prison in 1990 and stood by his beliefs. He continued to fight for everyone's rights and went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993 and become South Africa's first black president in 1994. Nelson Mandela is a very important person in history, and Mandela Day was started by the UN in 2009 as a way to honour his legacy. The best way to celebrate Mandela Day is by helping others. You could donate clothes and books to those who need them, volunteer at a food bank, set up a recycling station at home or at school, pick up litter in your local park. There are so many ways you can help others and take part in Mandela Day. For more ideas and information on Nelson Mandela, head over to Twinkle Homework Help.
I hope you've learned one or two things on that short video on our legend, Papa Nelson Mandela, Tata Papa, all combined. It stood for so many things, and a lot of you are already doing so much. We have the 67 minutes in Cape Town and South Africa generally, where people volunteer their time or do something for 67. And what's the significance of the 67? Yes, it is about how long Tata Mandela spent fighting apartheid and human rights and, just injustice. So yes, it's a call to action for all of us. It's all in our hands. He's gone. He's left us, to do all this. And the legacy he left, being a president, coming down after he was born in Transkei, from a humble family, was a lawyer, And it was so many things to different people. But he did so many things, not just for South Africa, but Africa as a whole and the world at large. Well, we hope you can find out more about what Mandela Month is so that you can join us wherever you are to do something in your community in remembrance of a legend. The second segment is an interview I had with a young man, Mr. Tendai Gwensi. He's originally from Zimbabwe and he is the CEO, founder of Thunderbolt Netball Academy. And they do a lot of work in Delft, working with young people, basically to give them something else to do so that they don't get into trouble. And this young man and his team, they're impacting lives in various ways. They fundraise, they do various things, they spend their own money just to keep the young people engaged, and they participate, in netball locally, nationally, and internationally as well. Although most of the time, they're always looking for funds to help them to go abroad and expose the young people into doing that. So if you're able to support them, please, we'll be sharing the details at the end. So I was asking young Tendai about what Mandela Month means to him personally. Enjoy.
Yeah.
So let me go. In the month of July,
Yes.
we normally celebrate Mandela Day and Mandela Month, which, Mandela stood for education, for things regarding serving humanity.
Yeah.
What does Mandela Day or Mandela Month mean to you personally?
Mandela Day means a lot to me. It's, he symbolizes exactly what I'm trying to even build for my own family. Like, it's not just, he's from Zimbabwe, he's from Zambia, we African. And as long as I'm in Africa, I'm responsible for the very place that I'm living in, the development, everything about it. The day itself symbolizes that. Having a Mandela Month for me now feels like we're belittling that. It's supposed to be a Mandela entire life.
Every day.
If we say a month now, we're like, okay, we just need to be good for a month and that's it.
I like that. I know, but then we do celebrate all this special. But you're right. You're very right.
But it's actually something that pushes me. I'm like, those are the people that I actually look up to and say, if these human beings like that, I can be like that too.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we go on break, what I want to ask now, let's go on to Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Academy.
Yes.
Why the name Thunderbolts? When was it started and how? Why did you start it?
Okay, so Thunderbolt started as just a handball club.
Okay.
The name started from Zimbabwe,
okay.
A club called Thunderbolts Handball Club, like Thunderbolt, like.
I forgot you mentioned you like cartoons. I'm sure you saw it.
Something like that. Yeah. And then from it being a handball club to actually becoming an academy, it was more. We love playing handball. Me and my brothers, all my brothers play handball. We love it that much. So we kind of saw that there's a lot of other things that prevent us from playing handball. We have passion for this sport, but we gotta pay the bills. Family gotta be taken care of. All these other things. And we realize that it's not just us that have these same problems. Everyone that's passionate about all these other things, right? They have all these worries every day. And just because, like I mentioned earlier on, I feel like people like Mandela, Patrick Lumumba, stood for something big. We took it upon ourselves to let's create a platform where people don't have to really focus much about all these day-to-day things.
The negative things.
Exactly, and push more on their passion. And so we were like, let's just
So when did you start it?
So Thunderbolt started, the club itself started in 2017.
2017.
Expanding into an academy was 2020.
Okay.
Yes.
And what now have you achieved? What activities do you do as an
so
academy?
as an academy, we are relief rehabilitation and development organization. And what I mean by that is we have a relief side where we help with foodstuffs. We have actually reached about 100 families now.
Oh,
and
awesome.
About 90 girls.
All in Delft?
Yes, 90 girls that we have given sanitary wear. And then we have the rehabilitation side. The rehabilitation side, we have focused mainly on young girls, teenage pregnancy, and young mothers, because they get to be more vulnerable. So we have a program called Women in Sport.
Okay.
Yeah, where not only do we teach them handball, we actually provide competitive leagues. Like our team is actually on top of the league right now as we speak in the Western Province.
Okay.
They came third last year.
Wow, well done. Awesome.
So, getting to see girls coming from a place where they feel they have given up just because they are now mothers and turning it back to, what, I can actually do this, I can achieve whatever I want. That's a part of the rehabilitation. And on the development side, yes, we do handball, but we also do life skills. We teach IT, we teach academics, technical skills, mainly stuff that do not require you to be certified to be employable. Like, for example, web designing. We actually have 2 front-end web designers.
Oh.
So they don't really need to be qualified. As long as they can do that and you can see they can do it, you can employ them. We have a graphic designer. All our designs or our posters are done in-house because of that same program. So yeah, we are Relief, Rehabilitation and Development Center. Yeah.
Okay, you know what, Tendai? We'll be right back. Wow, what a journey, Tendai, from Zimbabwe, rural Zimbabwe, to City Harare, then came to South Africa for greener pastures, obviously. But you still didn't tell me the meaning of Tendai.
Okay, Tendai means give thanks.
Okay, give thanks. That's
Yes.
beautiful. Yeah. But is it just the short form or there's a
Okay,
full?
so yeah. Unfortunately, my grandmother didn't want the full version. It's Tendai Ishe.
That's a full Tendai Ishe.
Yeah, which means give thanks or give praise to the Lord.
Right.
But she wanted exactly that part, Tendai, which just means give thanks.
So it was your grandmother that named you as well?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So thank you for sharing your journey so far with Thunderbolts, starting as a handball club to becoming an academy, and the work you're doing with relief, development, rehabilitation. I commend you, especially with women in sport, because more needs to be done, with that. What has been some of the challenges, for you as an organization that is, still relatively new, but doing so much, already in terms of putting back in the community?
Yeah, well, the major, and I think that's almost everyone that's still starting something like this, is resources. Unfortunately, it has been something that we...
Yes, I agree completely with you, Tendai. Yes, Mandela Day, Mandela Month should be every day, like what we say, for what it stood for and about him bringing people together. I completely agree with you. And thank you for all you're doing, bringing our young people together in Delft and across the Western Cape. Can't wait to come and see what you guys are up to again, so that we'll be able to share your story more and how you're impacting lives positively. The final segment that we're going to have, the third one, is an interview, snippet of an interview that I had with Miss Wilmena Innes. She is the founding director for an NGO based in Delft called Masitembe Arrangement Center, and they work with young people to basically just keep them safe, and they provide a lot of activities for them. They educate them, they enrich their lives, they do a lot of fun things for them, they give their time, to them, and so much, this amazing senior young lady has been doing in Delft. I was just humbled, when I interviewed her, and you need to go and watch the full-on interview, which is on our YouTube. So I was asking Sis Mina, as she's fondly called, what Mandela, Tata Mandela, stood for her, and the Mandela month. What does that mean to her? And what does Mandela Day or Mandela month mean for you personally?
I really love Mr. Tata Mandela. You can see there's a picture of him somewhere. I love him a lot because he really taught us the way and to love one another. And he makes sacrifices for us for a better life. And if I love that man just for his spirit, so humble, never fights, and he just want to bring at all time this message out. And I'm also born in July. Next Thursday I will be 65.
Oh my God, happy birthday!
So that is my hero, Tata Mandela. Thank you for what you give us and for what you really bring to South Africa.
Awesome. And you are making a legacy yourself.
Oh.
So, Masitembele, let me get the name right. What does it mean? What's the meaning of that?
Masitembele means light.
Right.
Wherever we go, we want to, with the meaning of our name, light. If you are in darkness, we want to bring light to you. It is a beacon of hope. That is what Masitembele is. That is why we say we are an enrichment center.
When and why did you start?
I started in the year 2004. I've been a quality controller for 22 years at one
before
place.
That.
Before that at Symington's. So in the year 2004, I got sick. I had a stroke. And my eldest son just decided, you're not going to work anymore. And I stayed at home. And I think to myself, but I got so many to offer. My boss really say that you are a leader. And you will change so many lives. So why am I going to sit at home? And I come to Mandela Peace Park where my sister had a small factory here. And I joined her. Okay. And after that, I worked for Africa Cocoon.
Oh, no, Africa.
And while I was with Africa Cocoon, I went to UWC for DSD for a pilot program as an auxiliary social carer.
Right.
And there it starts. Everything starts there. And for 1 month in Leiden, the focus was HIV and AIDS.
Right.
For 1 month in Leiden, I had 15 HIV and AIDS clients. I was so scared. I said to myself, I don't like this HIV and AIDS business. What is going to happen now? But something just pushed me. You had to. You need to. In 2005, I started my own support group with the help of DSD. And today, we are 17 years old. We got the HIV and AIDS support group. That's our program manager. We do loss and griefs in the school. We do arts and craft. We do after school program. Substance abuse we are doing. And feeding we are doing. And today we got 6 programs that we are busy with to enrich and equip and empower our community.
Right.
Enrich.
So much respect to you, Sis Mina, for all you do. And yes, Tata Mandela did teach a lot of people the way to love one another, and he sacrificed a lot, his life, for people to have a better life. I completely agree with you. Well, that's all we've got time for. And I just want to encourage you all, if you're not doing something already for 18th of July, wherever you might be, you don't need to be in South Africa, you don't need to be in Africa, you could be anywhere in the world. We just want you to share with us in South Africa for the 18th of July, and even every day, like Tendai said, about what Tata Mandela stood for, which is cultural diversity and freedom. Freedom, values, democratic values, and just bringing unity and love across Africa. So yes, join us this year. So this is all just still reflecting about what the year will be coming up with in terms of our programming and reflecting on some of the interviews we've had up till date. So yes, this one is specifically about the road to freedom in terms of Tata Mandela. So we hope you've learned a little bit more than you knew about Mandela and what he stood for, and heard from some of our people, young and senior, who are working in the communities, trying to transfer that values to others and to encourage, to empower, others to be about that. Yes, this is all we've got time for in this segment. And remember, this is Mama K signing off, saying, stay safe, stay blessed. God is love.